are being absolutely maligned. Nobody's more conservative than me on health care, where we're going to repeal and replace Obamacare, and on Common Core, where we're getting rid of it, and on budgets, where whether it's the penny deal, there's so many different things, but we'll straighten out our budget. Carl, we owe $19 trillion. We're going to start paying off debt. And we're not going to pay it all off that quickly, and nor do we have to. But we have to start bringing it down to a level that's sustainable, because we're going in the wrong direction. And certainly nobody is more conservative than me on the border. The one thing I guess people could say is that on trade, I am a free trader, believe it or not, but I'm also a smart trader. We cannot let China, and I like China, they're wonderful, but their leaders are too smart for our leaders. I like China. I do great with China. The Bank of America building, other buildings, I have because of China. In a war, we fought. But I will tell you, nobody is more conservative actually on trade. The problem I have is you have people that are in National Review, and they're eggheads. They're just eggheads. They have no common sense whatsoever. No common sense whatsoever. It's not free trade when China charges tax to get our product in, and they don't let our product in anyway, and yet they take their product and they just send it to us like nothing. We have a trade deficit with China of $500 billion a year. We have a trade deficit with Japan of over $100 billion a year. We have a trade deficit with Mexico. That's why Mexico is going to pay for the wall. $58 billion. Against. And they say, you're not going to get Mexico to pay for the wall. I said, of course I am. We have a trade deficit with Mexico of $58 billion a year. The wall's going to cost $10 billion. You tell me I can't make that deal? That's an easy deal. So the only thing, Carl, because I love the question, but the only thing I can say that some people would say I'm not conservative is trade, but that's because I want fair trade, okay? I want free trade. But free trade, you have to have smart people on both sides, and we don't have smart people on our side. So I want fair trade. It's got to be fair trade, or as you would say, fair and balanced trade, okay? As they would say at Fox. Okay. Jeremy, go ahead. Very important. Destroyed. Yeah. You know what? Okay, I know what you're going to say, Jeremy. Let me just, I can't, because nobody's listening to you, Jeremy, okay? Nobody ever listens to you. Let me just explain. The problem that we have with trade, Jeremy, let me just tell you, is we have people on the other side that are grandmasters at monetary manipulation, at currency manipulation. They're manipulating their currency to such an extent that our companies cannot compete with other companies in other nations. They just can't compete. And because of that, we're losing our jobs. If you take a look at how many jobs China, as an example, has taken from us, but it's not just China, it's everybody. China's the big abuser because it's the biggest. China has taken millions of jobs, thousands of factories. What they've done to us, it's actually, I thought about it the other day, it's the greatest theft in the history of the world. They've taken out so much money. And again, I love China, it's great. And I don't hold anything against their leaders. I wish our leaders would do the same thing in reverse. But they don't. And we cannot continue. Hey, look, I won Michigan, and I went up there, and these people are incredible people. You take a look at some of the factories that have been abandoned there, where they moved into Mexico. You take a look at, as an example, in Chicago, where you have Nabisco moves its big plant. They're closing their plant. They're moving to Mexico. Ford building a $2.5 billion factory, cars, in Mexico. I mean, we can't continue to do it. Carrier. 2 weeks ago, Carrier announced they're going to close. 1,400 people laid off. They're going to build air conditioners. They're going to put their air conditioners in Mexico. They're going to build them in Mexico. How does that help us? Yeah, sure. Okay, no. You know what's going to happen, Jeremy? Let me tell you what's going to happen. Okay, can I tell you what's going to happen? When China thinks you mean it, when they think you mean it, they're going to stop manipulating their currency. don't even have to do anything, and you might even have free trade, okay? You didn't hear me. I'm not going to let them sell the cars like that because they're killing us. You know what we sell to Japan? Practically nothing. They have cars coming in by the millions, and we sell practically nothing. When Japan thinks we mean it, and they'll stop playing around with the yen, they're almost as good as China. You look at what's happening with Komatsu tractor, and you look at what's happening with Caterpillar, and Caterpillar is being hurt very badly by Komatsu, not because their machines aren't, but Caterpillar makes a better machine, but because of the fact that they currency manipulate. And we can't have that. And they're not supposed to do it. But they have no fear of our government. They're dealing with babies. We're dealing with babies, okay? They are grandmaster players, and we have people that shouldn't be negotiating for us, all right? We shouldn't. All right, one more question. Go ahead. Let's see if she'll finally give me a decent after 12 years. I'm not going to finish with her because she never asks a decent question. Okay, go ahead. I'm only kidding. Go ahead. That's right. Well, I don't know. I'm going to see. You know what? I think Lindsey Graham's probably a nice guy. And I was very tough on him because he was tough on me. But I think he's probably a nice guy. I think I could probably get along with Lindsey Graham. I could probably get along with Mitt Romney. I mean, I have nothing against Mitt Romney. And I understand how he feels. I mean, he worked really hard. Should have worked a little harder. But he worked really hard. And he didn't get there. I mean, I understand it. I could probably get along with Mitt Romney. I don't know Mitt Romney very well. I endorsed him. I backed him. I helped him. But I don't really know Mitt Romney. I could probably get along very well with Lindsey Graham. Look, the bottom line is we have something going that's so good. We should grab each other and we should unify the party, and nobody's going to beat us, okay? Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
And Donald Trump holding a